Alright, I think everything's set up. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. If I did, oops! Big oops. Alrighty, let's go to the games of PCs. And what is that? Application failed to respond. What? Oh, is it this? Where is it? What is that? Stream together? Oh, from, oh, that's from when we had Flutter on here. Alright, now we got this. Let's just go here, rename this to, testing paths. Put this on. Creative, yes. Play. Yeah, we're all fired up. I'm trying to be. Well, I hope I am. It's been a depressing morning. I'm not gonna lie. When does the minigame come back? They have no time on that yet. But it'll be fun when it does. I was talking with Kari about it, and there's a lot that they can do with it. There's a lot that they can do with it, and I hope that they can deliver on it. That's not good. Well, I spent quite a lot of time this morning trying to talk and find artists. Whoa, now that's even worse. I'm really sorry to hear that. Now that's something suck-worthy. That's absolutely horrible. Really sorry to hear that. Yeah. So, if y'all read the post I put up inside the update thing, the short of what I'm doing is we have I'm basically trying to audition artists, and I've got Leo doing an audition. But you would think spending nearly 4 hours looking around trying to find people, you would at least find like one or two you kind of were confident in. Really sucks. So, and we just got her into Nikkei too. No, that's horrible. What happened? Obviously it was something freaking not like seen. Alright, let's go ahead and start aiming it out this way just to see what happens. Get rid of that block and that block. She was sick and nobody knew? Wow. That's horrible. That's really sad. Alright. So if we kind of aim it this way. So we need to do like 2, up, 2. Times that day. Okay, so it'd be 2 over Street Fighter 6 can suck dick. Sounds like Street Fighter. That doesn't really feel good either, looking at the path like that. Even though, well, actually, no, it wouldn't be this. Go ahead and break this. $100 for 3 costumes? Sounds like you're playing Black Desert. Since when are y'all playing Black Desert? Stop. Stop, Zeph. Since when did you start playing BDO? Last week? Bruh. Bruh. Well, actually, it's a good time to start playing BDO. They did a bunch of balance changes for PvE. Oh, good lord. Well, let me ask you this. What rank are you? Or what level are you? Valkyrie looks hot AF. Okay, maybe if I stop seeing this as 3 path or as a 1 path and start seeing this as a 3 path, maybe this will help make this easier. I mean, I'm not beyond people modding their stuff. Listen, nobody has Asian level of patience to design characters to look right in Black Desert. You either use a template or you make them look like a ogre. So you meet one of those two requirements, you've played Black Desert. See, this doesn't feel right, really, either. Like, hold on. I gotta flex on both of y'all. Hold on just a second. Properties. Okay, listen. Where are we at? Okay. Come over here in the daylight. Listen. Let me tell y'all about Valkyrie. Don't get me started. About Valkyrie. Because you're talking to one of the only Valkyrie streamers back in the day. Alright? So I don't want to hear it in y'all nonsense. Alright? So, let's see. There we go. You know, I might know a thing or two about a thing or two. I know life for this game. Okay? I know a thing or two about a thing or two. You have to relog, I think, to get the sub notification to pop up. Also, let me just show you this real quick, too. Yeah, you'll get a kick out of this. You'll get a kick out of this stuff. Oh, there it is. 29 months, dude. Welcome back to the Plot Hunters. I appreciate the long and continued support. But let me, my good friend, introduce you. Check your Discord really quick. This is why y'all watch ads. That was from last month. That was November. That's why y'all watch ads. All right. But yes. As far as Valkyrie's concerned, though, no, she's great. She's fun. I blew up most of my costumes, so I don't have many. But what I can assure you that I do still have is the best costume in the game. Shoot ad. While it's not died, it is still there. We may or may not have one. that I built up years ago. Do you know how many of these points I farmed up over the time me playing by myself doing guild missions? Oh, yeah, I've been around a while. I'll join when I'm not at work. All right. Just let me know, and you'll have to be on the 2-week probie thing, and most everybody here quit. But you know, if it ends up people start actually, if people actually like want to like play Black Desert, I might. Convince you to not spend on cosmetics. Hello there. How's it going? Convince you to not spend on cosmetics. Okay, let me do that real quick. Here. It is that. This is why you don't spend on cosmetics. By the way, I will get back to Minecraft in just a second. I'm flexing on these Black Desert nerds. They're like, oh yeah, I started playing Black Desert. Let me show you a Black Desert veteran. Where is it? Yeah. You know, 63, 63, 62, 61, 61, 61, 61, 61, 60. Just so y'all know, back in the day, this character was -1 million. I had to delete her just so that I could get rid of the karma. Because I didn't feel like grinding it over. Coming back from -1 mil, I just said, delete. This used to be my, -1 mil ranger. So, the gear that was on this, and yeah, it was a good time. Okay, let me go back to my training dummy, where I belong. And, yeah, if y'all end up wanting to play Black Desert, we'll bring it around a little bit more and we'll do stuff. Trade me stuffs? I wish I could, but there's no in-game trading like that. So, I can't. I subscribed? Hey, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's no in-game trading. I can't give you stuff. The best I can do is power level you and take you places on my really fast crap. That's about all I can do. What I will tell you is I swear to God, and I mean this sincerely, you tell me, you send me a DM saying, X took my spot, I'm gonna tell you to suck it up, Buttercup. I'm just saying. I'm not coming to fight your fights. You start it, you finish it. Not saying I'm not gonna come grief the person at some point or another if I'm bored, but you start it, you finish it. Just throwing that out there. It's your fight, not mine. If I decide to show up because I'm bored is one thing. Me coming to actually get your spot back, that's on you. Look, man, I just want to play an MMO. Look, I get that. And I'm OPAF on Final Fantasy 14. Okay, fair enough. Alright, something still doesn't look right. I wonder if it needs to be 4x3s to make it look right. Because I want to get a curving path to go this way. And I'll probably break a path off up over here. Let's see what 4x3 looks like. Because 3x3s look weird. This is why I do this in creative to test, is because this is... Trying to figure, like, mundane crap out like this is one thing. Sheesh. But I would be so annoyed if I had to do this in survival. I'm gonna move it back a little bit so that I'm not riding that edge so hard. But yeah, if y'all end up wanting to play Black Desert, let me know, and, and I'll look at scheduling it on stream. And do we want to come off one? Yes. No, use your best crap. Trust me. At this day and age, use your best crap. Because all I'll be doing is running around either on A, my Guardian, or B, my Valkyrie. It will be one of the two. Because one will be tagged, and the other one will be the legit one. Mermaid or the Guardian. Look, I'm a just PvP man, or PvE man. I don't want to give key 7. Let me just let you know something right here. There is no such thing as a PvE Black Desert. This isn't this isn't Bussies Are Us. I'm just saying. This is you gotta man up at some point. It is a PvP MMO RPG. At some point, some person's gonna come walking across your spot, and they're gonna tell you, spot's taken, you've got one of two options. Run or fight. The choice is completely and 100% yours on how you handle those next words. Me? I don't even ask. I don't even say anything. I click Alt-C, and if they die, they die. If they don't, well, they're more geared than me. But it's one of two things. How much lube are you gonna need? Depends on where you are and where you're going. Well, I saw a guy spend $3,000 and got nothing. I've also seen them spend $200 and get stuff. So it's all RNG. Honestly, though, it's not that bad because the way the game's designed and what they push you through, it's actually pretty easy to get the gear up quickly. There's a few... Let me explain it to you like this. Let me just bring it back for a second so that you can see it is easier than trying to explain... Okay. If you look at the map's going to tell you everything you need to know. So, you start out, depending on whatever quest you started, it's going to get you a guided quest to take you through either the Winter Mountain, the Serendia quest, or the one way out here in Port Rat. So you're going to have one of those quests, and you're going to finish that. That is the guided quest. It's to get you to 56, is really what it's for. Once you've completed that, you're basically, once you complete the first main story quest, it's do whatever you want game. You can start picking up different stories and doing different things. You've got guaranteed gear you can farm for. You've got a bunch of different things. Now, each one of these zones, if I turn off, you know what, let's go here and just turn off bartering, dark rifts, detailed surrounding. Nope, that's what we want. So let's turn all this off. So each one of these zones has a specific monster zone level of X power. Now, if you understand what the contested spots are for the high-end players, you know that it's going to be Gyphon here. This will be contested for high-end players. You'll run into a decent bit still here at Miramach. You'll find a decent bit in Star's End. Then you come over here. You'll find some fight around in here. People trying to grind this. You'll find some fight out here in this newer area, which I haven't even been to. And then you have the two desert, Akhman and Histria places. That's where you'll have more fight. Now, the most contested places in the game are going to be, right now, the places you farm, the potions, and the maps. So if you're farming the map, it's going to be Pilaku Jail, and Sulphur Mine is going to be for the map piece. If you're farming for potions, that's going to be Mancha Forest, and it's somewhere around over here. Blood Wolves. Those will be your two highly contested places if you're going to look for all levels of fight. The compass pieces, which are the harder end pieces to get, are going to be the two Akhman and Histria places, but you've got to have the gear to farm that to even be there. Outside of that, it's mostly AFK simulator, so a lot of the heavy-hitting players are sitting in town doing nothing. So unless you grief a spot and you pull one of them off of their processing or cooking, you're probably not going to run into anything worthwhile. It's just a random person looking to play the game. Some of these places do have 1 hour times called the Marnie's Realm, where you can go in there for an hour and you can go in for 1 hour and have a complete PvE experience, 0 PvP involved in some of these contested places. But as long as you are able to find other places to farm, talk to veterans who know where to go, you know that there are alternate rotations, maybe you are over-griefing different rotations. There's a lot to learn here. But basically, as a player coming into the game, you've got a lot of different options. There is a time and a place for people to understand when to hog a rotation to yourself. Back in the day when Dark Knight first released, 3 people cleared a rotation back here for 5 people. We would have people all the time coming in saying, you only have 3 people in your party. Let me join you. This is a 5-person spot. And I'm literally going, the 3 of us, a witch and 2 Dark Knights, were clearing the entire rotation to a 3-second time difference. Yes, I mean, I remember it was 3 seconds. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000 mob spawn. That's how close behind we were in killing packs on that island for 3 people. There's a time and place to hog it. But not every place is like that. You don't need to just roam around. Literally clearing a 5-person rotation with a 3-second respawn in front of us. So as we're doing our skill, the mobs should be spawning in. Within 2 seconds, we're on top of that new pack. That's how tight we had Pirate Island. That's why I couldn't stream my last week of leveling Dark Knight to 60. Because we were getting grief so hard. We would spend an hour and a half fighting for the spot. Going negative, it was... We put up and shut up. We weren't afraid to deck you. We weren't afraid to go red. We literally were there, flagged up, running around. We weren't afraid. So, like, we knew what we were getting into. So, there is multiple places you can look at and farm and, as a newer player. It's not old school Black Desert where everywhere you looked, it was just chaos and fights. It's not that. If you know where you're going, you're gonna get just that. But she's lower level than my Guardian, but my Mermaid has better gear. A little bit. That's also something Black Desert isn't really good at, is multi-classing. You have to basically pick one or the other, invest into it, and then tag your character and use the Marnie's oils to play other characters. That's the command I'm looking for. So this looks weird too. What if we did this? What if it's 4x3 with a 1 block like this? Okay, hold on. I swear this is about to turn into a Black Desert stream. At this point. Okay. So, just because you have skill points invested in your class, you know, you farmed up skill points, just because your level is this, doesn't mean you need to be leveling multiple sets of gear. You level one set of gear, and in my case, what I would do is I would take this. If it was set up, I would click tag character. I would pick my Guardian, or, well, in this case, I would pick my Guardian, tag it, use the Marnie oil to transfer my entire gear set 1-to-1 to new character. But you only level gear on one character. You don't level multiple sets of gear. You don't level multiple earrings. You don't level multiple sets of rings, necklaces, or anything. You don't level multiple armors. You level one set of this crap in the game. Now, having backups because you're fail stacking and doing stuff like that, that's a whole other can of worms. What I'm saying is, you're not going to go have a Tet Blackstar fully leveled and bought for your Valkyrie, then 2 seconds later go buy and level another one for your Mermaid or your Guardian or your Warrior. You don't do that. You take one character, get their gear where you want it, then you tag those characters and use the gear on them. So that's one thing that a lot of players do. They get heavily invested in that, and they're going, oh my god, this is so expensive. Well, yeah, you're trying to play like 3 characters, and you're not really going anywhere. I didn't know all this because no one told me until today, so I have level 50 characters for no reason. No. No. Okay. So, you level characters up for family fame. So you should be leveling characters to 61 every season if you're going to be a active player, okay? So leveling up characters to 61 is one thing because you're using seasonal gear to do it. Outside of seasonal gear, it's only one set of gear on one character. Trust me, I'm an old school sweat of spreadsheets for this game. When I tell you that I could log over, to this character and show you why I talk about what I talk about, you'll understand the amount of time I put into this game by what I'm about to show you here. So my Valkyrie might look impressive because of her level. That's nothing. That's actually nothing. Master 7 Gathering, level Guru 2 Fishing, Master 5 Hunting, Guru 37 Cooking, Master 7 Alchemy, Guru 33 Processing, Artisan 4 Training, Master 17 Trading, Artisan 8 Farming, Skilled 5 Sailing, and I never screwed with bartering. But you can tell where I spent most of my time. It was in the I'm making money realm. So, we got down and dirty here when it came to the Guardian. The Guardian houses all my, like, life skilling stuff currently, and also all my costumes that I still actually own. The Guardian has them all. Also a new Doom that I was leveling. But the end game of it is, it's not about the, levels are important to a certain point because of the baked-in accuracy and the baked-in evasion that is put into their skills and into their actual native leveling up. We learned this with the data mine a long time ago. So when that came out and they started talking about all the hidden stats, the hidden AP, all these different brackets, levels do matter to a certain point, then it becomes fractionally different. Basically, the first 61 levels matter the most. 62 is to get you into the power curve of where most everybody is. 63 is just bonus. But then you come over here and you see I've got nothing, yet I spent my character leveling this up to 62 because this was my original Ranger from eons ago. And I still hang on to a few of her original costumes because I refused to delete the costume that showed up the moment I quit Ranger and the Shootad. That's the thing. If a character owns the Shootad, it doesn't get deleted. So you have to be very careful where you put your investments in the game. Energy is a big deal. Knowledge is a big deal. Going through the story, getting the knowledge out of that is a bit annoying, especially nowadays. But that's a bunch of energy just sitting there waiting for you to collect. It's a time killer. So let's just pop you here. And there you go. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Having a blast. That's kind of the point. It is. It's a graphics card killer, I'll tell you that much. People are always like, oh yeah, my computer can run it. Uh-huh, okay. Let's find out. And then they get in there and they start going into, they would get into Siege and it was like, toaster mode! It's like, yeah, the game's not optimized, it won't, We always had to turn our graphics settings down. Although, I'm very curious today with the 3080s and the 3090s, how will it handle Siege? But I had 2 Titans, and it chewed through those Titans like a hot knife through butter, so... I would assume so in these day and age. So that doesn't move fast enough. So we'd actually have to terraform this some to move there. They handle it pretty well. Okay. So there's no real raids in this game. The end game is PvP. That is something they've been very, very, very adamant about since day one in Korea. But they do have in-game dungeons. It's just not what you're quite expecting. The Holy Trinity is not here. VR chat? I mean, if you got a VR headset, go for it. Have fun. I was there the day the, I was there watching the stream the day the, Do You Know the Way, thing started. We literally were in that chat. Bro, it seems like SAO. So this doesn't move quite as much as I want it. I think we're getting the idea. We're almost there. I think a couple more revisions on this and we might have how to get this curve to move. I know, because we're in the testing phase of doing this. I do 90% of my random testing in that. The actual world that this is based on is there. Because it is way too annoying to try to create to like plan this crap out in the normal world. Heck, there was a version where I had half of this thing built in a creative world just because I wanted to see if it was plausible to even get this thing around this lake, like, efficiently. So I had to build this basic structure of just a temporary, like, 1 by around base and a 2, maybe 1, 2 by around just to see if I could get it to swallow this lake a long time ago. Then I built like a corner of it completely out so I could check that. I do a lot of different things in a creative world just to see if it will or will not fit or work. I actually had to do this twice in a creative world just to see if I could remember how to build Panda Temple. Because I did not remember how I built that. Okay, so let's add it there. Add it there. Then go 1, 2, 3. Then try. Okay, that might actually be turning properly for once. Let's just send this up. Okay, so if it comes to this. Obviously, we need to I've seen some of those like ultra modded Minecrafts where it's hard to tell it's Minecraft. You know what, just so that we can see it, let's go ahead and tie this in. YouTube is whack? How is that? You just got my developer note? Really? Weird. Posted 7 hours ago. Yeah. It came out at midnight. Alright, I might be okay with that. So What would happen if we did 1, 2... Well, no, this would need to be done from the center block. Okay, so if we're coming off of the center block here, so it'd be here. 1, 2. Let's just add a couple blocks just to see this level. Okay, so that's how we could create the divergence in the path to send it, whether it be over there or... Because I'm probably going to take this tree down. As well as the jungle, all the jungle trees are going to get taken down. Hello there, how's it going? We're good, just hanging out. Enjoying the morning. How about you? So if we take the path... So we did 1, 2, 3. Then we do 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just go ahead and core that, and then do my favorite annoying tree removal. We're gonna do this. And let that work on removing that junk. So what we're working on is we're working on pathing today. Right now we're doing it in creative before I jump over to my actual hardcore world. Because it's easier to test moving blocks here than it is over there. So what I'm wanting to do is, we have this large project. So this is our Villager Trade Center. We have Brown Panda Temple here. We have Rainbow Road in development over here. We're going to be building farms over here. My home's over here. We have our storage, our actual farm, and then if we get in render distance, we'll show you over here. We have the tree farm. We have our iron golem farm and our gold farm. So we have all this different stuff built in this world, and I'm wanting to get the pathing idea figured out a little bit, because what we're wanting to do soon, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, is start figuring out placing our farms for the sheep, well, we got the sheep, but the cows, I think we said mushrooms, horses is getting a stable, pigs and chickens are going to be our farm animals. So we're trying to figure out, I'm thinking I'm building the stable over in this chunk area right in here, but I'm wanting it to kind of have a natural, like, path type setup through this that that works. So like this would be part of the path that would be running, you know, maybe out over here. We'll extend the path to maybe come out over onto this side. You know, it's still a idea and a work in progress on what do I want to do here. Eventually we'll figure out pathing that what if it's going to happen over on this side, if any. And then there's going to be another path system probably coming off the side of the building over here. So, it's been almost a year we've been working on this. We've taken a few months off here and there due to other games we've been playing. But we started this last January, and, you know, I still haven't even built my home, but over here is where the home is supposed to be, is in this region right in here. It's supposed to be the home. And then I haven't really figured out too much else of what I'm going to do. So we still have hidey hole home, but yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. We're just trying to figure out how I want to kind of get the path designed. And like what we just spent the early morning on is trying to figure out the curve coming off Brown Panda Temple. How do we want to design curves, really? Because there's many different ways we can do it. It's just what's to lay something out to look, you know, aesthetically pleasing to the eye, yada, yada, yada. So we've kind of got themes set up on what we're doing, and just planning this out a little bit further before I get too deep into it. Which, this isn't horrible. We would need to smooth the land out a little bit. And we can bring it off of this. You know, bring it out as a... You know, if we take this as the center of it. You know, something like taking that as like the center line. We could bring it out and over... up through in here a little organically. And then bring it around. And try to tie it off somewhere in here. While having a vein that kind of goes out. You know, just like end it right over in here, because, you know, we've got, you know, cave systems and stuff we don't really want to deal with. But basically setting up a road system to eventually head out that way. But it's just lining this up on how do I want to do it, because I don't want to just do the easy way of just making grids. Because there is, in all honesty, no reason I couldn't just go hard line right here and then hard line right here. But I don't want to... I want to challenge myself one time playing Minecraft to not make everything at 90-degree angles. I'm very much that person. I will totally do that in a heartbeat. But I'm wanting to challenge myself on this world to go out and try to do things beyond what I'm capable of normally doing. So therefore, we built a 158 villager trade center. Why? Because I can, and I just need to keep procreating villagers and filling it in and figuring out actually what do we want in that thing. I also got to finish building it, but I wanted to take a little time away from just quartz farming, from villagers doing gold farm stuff to buy, because this is getting built all by like 8 villagers. And I think I'm going to do a few more, bring them in. So today we just finished, actually we had just finished before anniversary on Nikkei. We finished, me and Flutter, she came into this world and helped me terraform the corners of this base to not be so terrifying, because these used to sit right on the edges of the villager trade center, except for that one. But the 3 prominent corners here all were literally butted right up to it. I literally cut a hard cut into the ground to pull away the hills that were in this area. So this was not spawned this way by any means. So I'm trying to put a little extra effort into it and get back into this and try to design this to be something fun and interesting. So maybe it's worth the investment time to spend figuring out how I'm going to bring it around from this way, more than figuring out how I'm going to bring it this way. Because if I work my way from Rainbow Road, which will eventually be the sheep farm, how do we want to do this? So let's do this so that we have a line that we can represent. So let's use a non-organic block that we're going to be using. Something that'll stand out. Lapis. Lapis will stand out. Alright. So let's put a line on this. And this is our end of Rainbow Road's actual road. So that we can figure this out. So if I want to come off the center, it's going to be probably these. It's probably these blocks right here. Like, this would probably be the center. I got Noir, should I switch Maxwell out for her? Do you have Blanc by chance, Ace? Do you have the White Rabbit? Not yet. I would probably leave Maxwell. She's probably doing more for you in your general team currently than Blanc, than Noir's going to be doing. Until you get Blanc, then Blanc will make Noir busted, and then there'll be a team that you'll definitely run together. Noir is a great shotgun. Different places to use her. Yes, you could still get away with using her now. Just not on your main team. Okay. So if that's my center line, which means We're gonna be moving in this direction. Whoops. Honestly, I think I have to follow right through here, at least. I think I'm gonna have to do this. Follow it out to at least, here? Okay, so that brings it out to here. And then... actually, it would be here. Here. Okay, so we can't use it there. I'm trying to remember, there was a command I swore to turn weather just completely off. So if we bring it around here... That's terrible! In creative, we get another brown panda to spawn. That's so sad. Oh well. It happens. We could have added it to the collection in here. Okay, that should have done it. The command was backwards. It's weather clear, I believe is what it is. That's all good. Okay, if I run it along up here, I'm not really too terribly mad about keeping it at a somewhat of an angle. Because I am kind of trying to... Like, I could have put a little bit of a more of a bend into that if I wanted. Because I'm only using this block right now just so I can see the grid of how I need to write this. Try game rule do weather cycle false. There. Now it shouldn't rain at all in the creative world. I appreciate you on that. Although I was good with the 10 days, but that's better to know for the long run. I think there's a setting I could just go in and change when I started it up, but I did not think about the weather system. And then run it down into here somewhere. Instead of branching it off in a V like that, I could also bring it off of this in some way, going out that way, and we patch that into it, which might also look... Although the V kind of does give it a... You tried to do this thing, versus, again, 90-degree angles, which is where I would run it down that crap, and then run it right down there, and 90-degree angle we go. We're trying to make this look nice. Because I know I'm going to run one coming off kind of up into this way. down the middle of that. I know we're gonna do that. So it's gonna have one coming over here. We may eventually run one directly into this path, so you don't have to come down into here. That would be a later thing. Yep, it's burst weekend, and I got nothing from it. Although I did get books. I got books, that was great. But gear-wise, I got garbage. I got a rock, I got an Elysian piece that's worthless, and I got nothing on one. Literally got nothing. %85 chance to get something, by the way. Alright. So if we bring it here, and we start, you know, we'll just give it a few blocks here. Alright, so we know that it's... You know, we know this. This is the path. It comes over here. And then... we do that. So it rolls off this way. But we're hoping today at reset I don't get screwed and I actually get something pretty nice. Like, I need a Tetra support helm for my summer anise. That would give me a lot of damage increase on her team. I need Pilgrim chest and boots for Red Hood. I need gloves for Tia. Helm for Naga, I think. There's some things that I'm definitely waiting on that would be... let's see here. Naga needs a helm. Tia needs the gloves. Anise needs boots and helm. Red Hood, gloves and boots. Scarlet needs gloves and boots. Helm, Naga, let's see. Dorothy needs a helm. Summer Anise, let's see. Volume needs gloves and Noise needs helm and boots. That's what we're looking for right now on Burst Weekend. Okay, so... you know, we're doing the pathing, it turns... do we just continue on and just let it kind of roam this corner? Because that's a long grid of just straight diagonal... you know what? We're just gonna fill this in. Like that. And we're gonna see what happens as we do this. sheep. Get out of here. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's kind of working. Keeping that along the mountain here. Obviously, we would be leveling this, by the way, in case anybody's actually wondering. This would be, like, it would be leveled past, but tiers. So whenever, like, if we want to raise it up, we would raise it up, but we wouldn't do these random, like, we would stair step things, and it wouldn't be just this crazy chaotic BS we're doing here. This is the rough draft. So that's getting pretty steep here. So we have to physically turn it now. If we want to, which actually, I think I know what we're gonna do. It will be this one, I think, is where we go. So that would be 3 right there. Then I'd almost be willing to bet we need to follow like actually just follow that ridge line. Might be the ideal play. So we would come off right around where those 3 blocks are there, wherever it would be. Actually, we could literally make it these 3 blocks are the turn. So that it comes here. Okay. Because I don't want to cut over that. And it could run along. What do y'all think, chat? What do y'all think about that? Because then we can run it. Let's just send a line down just to see what ends up happening here. Gotta be careful about 90-degree angles. I don't really want to merge it, so I mean, this one may just have to kind of TN, unfortunately. Whatever we end up doing, it may end up doing this. All right. So what we would do is we would run it actually like we were doing. So that's the 1, 2, 3. So it would need to come off like this, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. So basically tying it in kind of like that. Get rid of this path. Doesn't matter if it really matches. Just to get the idea as we look from above. So it would allow you know, pathing more like this. Which isn't horrible. Considering how we're designing it and where we're going.
Hello there.
Hello there. Okay. So that kind of establishes that. Let's run it a little bit from this perspective and see, you know. Obviously, we'd have stairs and stuff, but the idea is to feel how does the path work and flow coming off of, like, this is how stairs and stuff would be done. It would be done this way. In half block increments, no actual steps. This would be a lot cleaner. You know, we're running, it's on, this is a 3x path. I don't hate it. Then this would go out into a path. All right, so I think we got one piece of the puzzle slightly figured out. You know, mileage will vary on exactly where it lines up. Because, like, this still leaves this area open to do some design, something in. Because, like, I'm not gonna have, I don't want to have just open space, like, just like, this looks just like nothing. So this needs to be designed to look like there's something, you know, there's some reason for, you know, here. Something needs to be done. Actually, while there's a horse here, we're gonna lock you in. Is this right? They need to do it every weekend. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 by 5. Hello there, how's it going? If we want to build a stable, that seems like the logical cell size for one horse is 7 by 5. I am the only one watching. On YouTube, maybe. On Twitch, I've got several hanging out. And I have no idea what's on X. I don't have the ability to see that. Seven by 5. And then it would be... probably 5, and then another 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a stable would be 5, 10, 15 wide. Beat Missless floor 81. Nice, congrats. Oh, I just thought of something. No, it wouldn't. Because I would, well, actually.
Who ordered all this fucking anime titty?
You did. How did I do doors originally on stables for horses? Was it gates? Cause like I don't remember. Because if I did, it would have been something like if I did that, it would be, oh, come on.
Who ordered all this fucking anime titty?
Here, here. I think this is what I did. I don't think that was suffocation damage on my part. How do you get gear? You get gear through, you get gear through, doing interception. So it's under the, it's in the arc. Okay, so I can put a saddle on you. All right, so I can move around. I cannot pass through. Is it because of that? Okay, so I can't do that, so it has to be at least double this. Whoops, sorry, horse. Okay, so we're gonna put double gates. And see if I can get through, because this will determine where I put the stable. Okay, I can get out through double gates. My gosh, you are slow. Thankfully, you're not a real horse. So yeah, gloves are pretty hard. The gear is definitely weighted on what it will and will not give up. There's a streamer I know who's legitimately for an entire year, or since they started the T9 manufacturer gear, I don't know which came first, he can't get pilgrim helms. And it's a meme to send him your pilgrim glove, or your pilgrim helm looting. Hello there, how's it going? So I could do this, but this would change it. I need to do a double, instead of it being based off of ones, it needs to be based off of twos in its design. Alright, so, which would mean syrup? Pff, molasses is more like the real name for this thing. Hi-ho, molasses away. So we could do... let's see here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by... What is this? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Syrup sounded better. Molasses is thicker. Molasses literally is... Actually, molasses is significantly thicker. Syrup will pour almost... It's not completely liquid. I mean, it depends on which syrup you get. Molasses just comes out as like a small blob. PC specs, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I bought this crap. It's a 3080 EVGA for the Win 3. 64 gigs of DDR4? Ryzen 7 processor and a Ryzen 7 processor, M.2 hard drive, don't know the motherboard. Something like that. Okay, so yeah, we would need it. So we need it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least tall. And then, you know, if we're doing like, if we're gonna do like rafter type stuff where we make it look like this. Actually, let's just build a very quick mock, and then we can figure out how we want to do this. Oh, this is just a basic idea, like a I'm trying to figure out the tech before I figure out how I want to place it, because what we're trying to do is figure out pathing is what I'm actually working on. There was just a horse here. We're working on pathing before I jump over to the real world on how we want to lay this out. So we've been working on getting all this pathing done. I'm trying to figure out how cozy and snug this stable needs to be over in this region to know how I want to bring my path up and through here where the other farms are going to be incorporated. So I just kind of need a rough idea of the body print of this thing, which may not be that terrible. Considering each side is 2 horses, we add like 3 cells. You can get a couple good horses, you can get a mule, and you get a donkey, and you're done. So this is more just like me trying to figure out you know, rough body layout. Because it's been ages since I built a horse stable. I don't even think I ever got to that in my last playthrough. So then we're looking at nearly almost a decade since I built a horse stable. Yeah, because it'd be like boxed in like this. Then we would be doing... Yeah. So it would basically go... We would build 3 cells like that. Is what we would do. So we'd build 3 cells. Okay. That's not horrible. It's not monstrous. Like, I could definitely have done something really, really dumb. Like, we could have made, like, the inner path 7 wide, made these things, like, 8 by, like, 15. Like, they could have had room in there. Like, they could have been legit, like, houses for each horse. But we don't need to get that complex. Honestly, we may just make one a storage room, because I don't know if I want to do, like, a 2-story thing. So, like, I could do this and probably be satisfied. Then there's another part of me that do I want to do the double-decker where we put all the hay and stuff up on the top? I did that once. I don't know if I really want to do that this time, because, I mean, the storage sheds, or the storage building's literally right there. It'd be an aesthetic thing, but I could also do just an open room, because, like I said, we'll get a couple horses, then we need a donkey and a mule. And I don't think you can get any more. So, I mean, realistically, we only technically need 4. But when you build a 158 villager trade center, why are we building 4? And we have Rainbow Road, so that's 16 sheep right there. Well, 32 sheep right there at the minimum. Good grief. I just realized our entity count is going to be through the roof when we hit this area. Because as we start loading in all those villagers, we're loading in all these animals too. Thankfully, my mob stuff's over on that side. Do I really want to build this out to another... 3 is a minimum. Like, 3 is, I think, I got to do. And I don't want to be that person who's got to play Noah's Ark. I got to have 2 of everything, or... in this case, the bazillion of different types of horses. I don't have to have 1 of every horse. I just want 2 good horses, and... Can you ride the skeletal horse? Hold on. Oh, you totally can. And you don't even need a saddle to ride it? Bruh. Or is this just a creative mode thing? Okay, yeah, you can totally... Okay. No, it won't let me put the saddle on it. So, yeah, you can just ride a skeletal horse. Okay. So, a spooky stable? It's Bedrock Edition, that's why, of course. Bedrock Edition always has the weird rules. Okay, so... Okay, so then it's 2 normal horses, a skeletal horse, a mule, a donkey, and then a hay room. I guess is what we'll end up doing. But in Java, you need the saddle. Interesting. I used to have them spawn all the time in Java, but I never could, Can you bring a camel? I wouldn't even know where to begin to find a desert, to find a camel like that. We'd have to get in brand new stuff. Like, hold on. Is a camel in the game? Let's see here. Spawn camel. Yes, we can. Yeet. Sup? Oh my god. You big bro. Am I even gonna be able to get in through here? Move your fat ass in here. Bro, you are thick. Okay. So... if... road trip. Okay, now I just gotta remember which tunnel is which. I think this is the tunnel of infinite doom. Because one of these goes out like 900 blocks in one direction. We went down the wrong one. Okay, so it's not the one. This is why I need color-coordinated halls. Yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm going to that, Wait, was that it? And I just literally whiffed it? It's been so long since we've been up here. No, this should be the tunnel, I'd be willing to bet. Because I was very lazy cutting this thing. Because one of these should go on forever. No. What? Okay, then that really was it. You can tell I hadn't been up here in the Nether in a very long time. So then it's this hallway for a decade. No, this isn't right. Oh, I can't see the torches. That's... because that's not it. That's the witch farm. And then it froze? What? Okay, that tunnel ends, so it's not this one. Here we go. Surely. Because there should be a tunnel that breaks off going to the right. This looks like what we're after. Yeah, this is what we're after, this hallway. Because then it's... should be a... yep, there it is. This is the tunnel to the mesa that we were that we had dug up. Okay. Yeah, because over here is where we were mining clay. Yeah. Here's our clay farm. Keep in mind, chat, this thing used to be about yay high. About where I'm standing. We farmed some clay off of it. Alright, I remember there was a village nearby. Because I remember Hellcrest was very much like, you need to chuck a lot. Yep, there they are. Okay, so yeah, we can get a camel pretty easily. The question is, can we get them through the nether portal? Oof, that sucks, man. Alright. Alright. Bonk. Let's grab a lead. And, you, sir. Doth not come with me. Huzzah! He's in the nether! And he's huge! No? Get your big butt over here. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Bro, are you really that big? Oh, you're that wide, too. You are 2x3? Okay, so I have to cut this whole thing to bring a camel. I've got to cut the whole entire nether open to bring his chunky butt back to base. But it can be done. And he's gone. So, possible, yes. Didn't freeze, that's good. Okay, so we know we have to cut this whole thing 3x3. Basically, just go ahead and cut my 3x3 portal through here. at some point. So, it can be done, so Camel can show up. We know. We have the knowledge, at least. We have the knowledge. But this whole thing's got to go 3x3, and that's like 1,800 blocks. We're bringing both pickaxes for this? Actually, I might buy some bottles of enchanting and bring them just to instant repair this crap along the way. Because most of this is going to be Fortune 3 because of all the quartz and stuff. Bro, this lack of torch thing is a bit much. Okay, so it's the one that's cut in. Like this. So I've got to cut all those blocks. All the way to the portal. I've got to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more rows of blocks have to be done. Well, yeah, that's what I normally do. I just haven't done that yet. Normally, this is done in, so let's just assume let's just say for the assumption this is actual north. This hall is done in red terracotta. If this is south, it's done with, you know, yellow terracotta down the walls. If, you know, it's, yeah, we'll just bust it out real quick right here. You know, if it's this, you know, we do blue terracotta. If it's east or west, you know, we have the 4 directions designed in color code so that they so that I actually know my directions. I just haven't done the project to actually code my directions. So that's the only reason why I'm missing my way of knowing where the heck I am up here, is because I normally do this. And then all the floors are done in all floors get done with packed ice. So it allows us to go really fast around up in the Nether hub. I just never did this project. Because one of the reasons why is I didn't really want to get too deep into this one. Is because if we did start the LP, so let's go ahead and pop out of here. Oh, that's your photo. I was like, what the heck? But I could get 7 days to get Quincy. Nice. So we can get a camel. So we're looking at 2 horses, 1 camel, 1 skeleton horse, 1 mule, 1 donkey. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually, it's probably better I build this in an 4-cell variation versus a 3-cell variation. So that's what all that was for, was to get to that knowledge. Now, the good news is, if I decide, I can always blow the roof off, raise it a level, and put like that stable-like thing on top. Need 4 characters to 160 for now. Okay. All right. So if it is 4 cells, that is, we know it's gonna be 1. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15. So I know this. The stable's gonna be 15 wide, and then it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24 long. Right? Yeah, 24 long. So 15 wide, 24 long. Okay. So 15 by 24. So what is 24 blocks? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So it's that long. Okay. So it literally could fit right about where it's at and not look too crazy. Like, bring it in a couple blocks this way, and it can fit up here with really not a big issue. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so like, if we look at it like this, it would need to come over about 3, 4 blocks that way, and it fits in nicely in that area. Not a very big building, to be fair. It's really not that big and obtrusive like I thought it would be. I really thought that would be quite a monstrous building. But I mean, you gotta realize we're only gonna be a half a block high here. Because I'll use the deep slate. Well, actually, no. That'll be the... Actually, no. It'll be bigger than that. So... if this is the top of the cell, okay, it would come here. Let's just go ahead and grab. Okay, so we know it'll be that to that. And it'll be here. This should... Okay, so it isn't a very... when we look at the roof height, it doesn't really add a ton of space. You can go diagonal to make a seamless pathway. What do you mean, Hellcrest? And like stairs or something there could make that look not so weird. Okay, so yeah, it's not super tall. Its body print is actually relatively low compared to the other things. No, what were you talking about? Like, to where was the pathing? Where was the diagonal pathing you were talking about? I don't know where you were talking about the path. That's more the question I was asking. Where was the pathing? Got all 5-year limit breaks during anniversary. That's really good. Okay, so 15 by 24. That's not bad. It brings it out. About like that. It's not a huge structure. I mean, it's big, but it's not. 0 to full start. That's really good. It's gonna be big, but I mean, it's not. It's not that. Everything's gonna feel small next to that thing now. Considering. Make a diagonal pass from the village hall and leave up to the stable both sides. Continue path from the farm. Yeah, that's actually what I'm planning on doing. Is coming off of this path here, bringing it up somewhere into here, coming, like, probably actually coming off of this at the diagonal to give it something unique. Come up here, then square off, come north some, then bend into the path up here, going straight across up into here somewhere. Like, I'll bring it more into a straighter line over here, wrapping that into here. And then I gotta figure out where we're gonna put the other farms. Because that actually might be taking up more than I think it is. Okay, so let's think about this from an aerial perspective. We'll move this in a few blocks so it'll be tighter to this by like 4 or 5 blocks. That gives us the... That'll give us a little more space over here. I've got to get... cows, pigs, mushrooms, and chickens. Here. Now the question is... The question of this is... I've got the sheep up there in that Rainbow Road area. The horses will be confined to the stable over here. I'm thinking... fencing off this area in here, collecting that waterfall to be more forced, so that it doesn't, so that it looks designed, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And we can put the cows up in that. So the cows can go over in here. Our bacon farm. Our bacon farm can go cows. Honestly, we might can get the chickens because I don't need a ton of those. The more I'm thinking about it, I'm going, do I need a chicken coop so they don't freaking glitch out of the pen? So, like, this does fine. But there are times where I feel like this glitches out and chickens are just everywhere. Cows don't have this issue. They are very much self-contained animals to this. And this, my idea would be, because like this is eventually going to get rid of. We're going to get rid of that sugarcane farm that's doing nothing. Same with that lava thing. That's more for energy from smelting cobblestone is all that was been for while we worked over here. When we look at this from the aspect of chicken coop, it would be advantageous to use a flame looting 3 sword would be the ideal thing to do. Which then means, do I make a... I'm trying to stay away from automated farms, alright? So, like, I know there's probably somebody lurking around going, well, why don't you just use, like, a chicken cooker? I've done that in every single world I've done. Flick a switch, lava blade, chickens are dead. Done that many times. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. What my brain is thinking about is... if we look at a chicken coop from the aspect of... let's say the zombie grinder over here. Some of you probably already know where I'm going with this. So, if we think about this from the... Just get me on the ground. Why not have a sorting system that sorts the feathers, the eggs, and the crispy chickens from killing them? So they would be standing on a pad of hoppers, much like what the tree farm is, feeding into a sorting system. And this way it's not automated, quote unquote, of flick switch kill chickens. It's not that. It's I swing sword kill chickens goes into hopper, which goes into sorting system. And let's be real, the most stupid thing of them all is the stupid eggs. You're gonna have a bazillion freaking eggs. Because they poop eggs every 5 seconds. It's stupid. Or whatever, some dumb amount of chickens you start getting. Somewhere there. I swear, I feel like I got a hair in my mouth. I do. Yep, there it is. Small white. Are you sending one unit at a time to 200? Or are you sending the only unit you have to 200? Let's enter through here. Okay, so this is... What? Oh, this is broken. Good to know. I need to go fix this. Alright, let's get our Minecraft, sheet set up for Monday. Because we're gonna need this. So, we need to fix squid, auto sorter. That mid one's broken, so how bad is this? So the dirt broke through. The bones, okay, so it's been jacked for a little bit. Okay, so fix the bones auto sorter, or the squid auto sorter. We'll need to come fix that. Because that's clogged. Or is that what happens to these things when they finally fill up all the way? I think it's what happens when they finally fill up all the way. Okay. Noted. If all chests fill up, it doesn't just carry over. It breaks the auto sorter. Okay, the more you know. So it's actually more wise to have, like, no, this is one that I just made today. We took out the row of redstone lamps, so the redstone's no longer powering this. So we're full. We're away. We shouldn't have that issue anymore. Because that block literally hopper locked this, which stopped everything from going in there. I'll have to do some experiments and see when this... I've got a couple worlds saved, so I'll need to see where this got borked. It might have just been recently, and it might have been... Because I have to be in range of that thing for it to even drop squids. But it's been dropping a few layers of fish and some bones here. So we'll have to come back and address that at some point. Anyway, so the idea is that I use an auto-sorting system of some sort to do the chicken thing. Has been an idea. Similar premise to these, where you have the base that they stand on, you smack and kill the chickens, it goes down into the sorting system. The sorting system is the main level of the chicken farm. But the idea was to have free-range chickens, so it would have to be done to where it's below ground, looks like it's free-range, with like, what would it be? Would we do, hoppers and like what? Moss carpet to like cheese. Like, we'll just put it here for right now. But like, let's say we had, you know, that. You know, to make the grass not look so sus, we use moss carpet to have the whole area done in hoppers. So that no matter where you hit or where they drop an egg, it's going into the... it's going into the sorting system. But that's a lot of eggs. Like a handful of those guys can fill up a chest quickly. So yeah, moss carpet is definitely an idea to hide the grass, because again, they'd have to be within... Chickens can't get out of, like, walls and stuff, can they? I've never... I've never actually tried. Chicken spawn. Alright, duck. Figure out what y'all are doing. Okay, so we could use walls. Does the moss carpet work, or the carpet trick work here? Should, so it should work like fence. It doesn't look like they can get out, so if I want to use stone walls instead of fencing, I could. But we've kind of already created this design, which we probably should continue for the project. Is the stone slightly cobbled idea where we have some broken pillars, which we need to add a couple more on this back end. I was just being lazy with it. We were running out of time. But to give it a because like I've got that pillar, which I might end up replacing that. But we've kind of got that design, so I feel like we almost kind of need to honor that whole system. All on this open farm system needs to be done more like this, but the stable will be done more like the building over here, or we build it to kind of be like this. So should we, before we deal with the path thing, I wonder, your phone died? Oof. Poor phone. I wonder if we should get the stable built. Build the stable, which gives us that point of reference. We kind of have the pathing idea here. Of what we want to do. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to fix the auto sorter. That needs to be on the to-do list. We need the build stable. Chickens we'll eventually figure out. We need to figure out the chicken size, where we're gonna put it. As far as this is concerned, what would happen if we made this look intentional? Like, we boxed this in. Actually, I got a better idea. So we would block. Okay. We block this off by 1. All right. And then this needs to be, because this is like defying physics, Minecraft physics, this will need to be done more like this is walling this off. Yeah, this is like some spawn-in physics type stuff. But like, we do something kind of like this to make it look like it's done like this. Then we take a water bucket and basically what I'm thinking is we come in and we take away this one layer here and make it like a um, and make it like it's a kind of like it's a lake so that we can bring the watering hole idea here. Break that one. You know, so like it has this watering hole-esque idea. You know, kind of built around, and then, you know, somewhere in here, it opens up to the ground a little bit. And you're able to have, you know, water exposed. You know, you could, you know, figure something out with this. Try to figure out some way to make it look like Rapunzel is so horny. Yes, she is, which is why she's known as Horny Nun. You know, something kind of like that, which gives it a watering hole effect. I mean, might as well make use of this waterfall that spawned in. This was not done by me. This was literally... The game said, natural spawn water? Yes. Had nothing to do with that. Thus had waterfall. So we took it. But then that would give something for doing like cows, which we would need to build like a wall kind of like down and around over here. Similar to this. Could be it. Could be it. All right. And then path comes through, like I said, kind of into the middle, connects into here, comes around, connects down into that, comes off of that at a diagonal. And I think we are about where we want this to be. And then it's the tasks of bringing 2 mushrooms. Not 1, 2 mushrooms from the bajillion blocks away over there. Taking a camel through the nether, which I'm almost more tempted to build a nether portal and move those mushroom through the nether. We need to get the sheep back to being bred so that they can we get them all in these pens. And then we'll get them dyed up. Probably have to use him to buy the dyes. Because I don't think I have access to all 16 dyes. Well, it's 16 counting white, so 15 dyes. Squid ink's easy. You just go over there, pop a squid, and we got black sheep. We'll get them all organized on how we want. We've got to get frames for the sheeps. Actually, if we were to dye a sheep, this is something I'm curious on. It's been a while. Okay, so you're yellow, and then I get shears. Okay, you do show what color you are still. All right. It's been a minute since I dealt with sheep, so that's good. All right, so I don't technically need to put up signs showing what they are. It is very obvious when you shear them. But then again, we do have a bazillion squid ink, so we might as well use it and make some glow signs. Just because! But yeah, I think let's wrap it up here. We've kind of got a general idea. We're going to work on the stable. We're going to fix the auto sort, which I may have to do off stream. I need to figure out roughly what that's going to be in material, so I'll build a couple mock versions of it. Because this may not be what I want, so I might put one together before we jump into this, and we may just work on something else. We've got our rough idea of pathing and how it's going to work. We'll use some diagonal. We'll have some bending now that we know how we want to do our soft curves, we're gonna do it more like this. We kind of know how we're getting around and getting it moved to the center over here. And we might actually attempt to put the curve in here. So it's not, again, well, actually, 90-degree angle is going to have to happen, I think, no matter what. But we'll figure that out as we get to it. But we've got a layout, which is what's good. So let's go ahead and wrap up X and YouTube for the day. Thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out. It's been fun. We'll be back Monday morning with more shenanigans on Minecraft and we'll do some Nikkei next week. I don't know. Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed Black Flag will start next week. So y'all said y'all were interested in it, so let's rock and roll with some Black Flag. We're gonna go beat the main story out of that. So that'll be 2 days next week for sure. Let me know, give me some feedback as y'all can on, do you want to see more of one game, less of one game a week? Obviously, when events and stuff like that show up within, like the Christmas event, we'll be doing some stuff because there's going to be some mini game there. We'll be focusing on stuff like that. But let me know kind of if you wanted to see, you know, how y'all kind of want to see things. You just saw one of the coldest scenes in anime. Interesting. Which anime was it from? Well, let's go ahead and wrap up X and YouTube. Let's get you all shut down. We'll be back on Monday morning, 7 a.m. my time. 3 hours ago, your time. We'll be continuing on that grind. Y'all take care, and I'll see you guys Monday morning.